This is a paid program. JJ Publicidad, EMR, and its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guest.
Hello everyone! Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon everyone. This is Rieluz of Buhay sa Amerika. We are live here at Entre Mujeres Radio. And for today's episode, it would be Filipino teachers in Arizona in celebration of the Filipino-American History Month. Humahabol tayo dyan. Kaya I would not make it far. Long, I would like to introduce to everyone my co-host for today, no other than Mr. John Saavedra, our Buhay sa Amerika committee. He is a host, blogger, and of course, another teacher here in Arizona. In fact, you are an 8th grade English teacher and English and literature teacher and a National Junior Honor Advisor. Welcome back, Jan.
Thank you so much, Ataria. It's my pleasure to be here. Good afternoon, everyone. Is that a camera?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, welcome to Buhay sa Amerika. Today, we're going to talk about the different journeys of educators here in America.
Yes.
But before that, let me go ahead and mention our sponsors.
Yes, thanks,
Thank
Jan,
you
for
to all. Yes, thank you to all our sponsors, starting with American Care Hospice and Palliative
It's
Care
right there, yeah.
by Eva Tejada,
Tejada.
Lutong Bahay, Ramon and Grace
Ramon
Go.
and Grace Go.
At the Lozario Smith of USA West Realty.
Yes.
Also, my favorites, Kutopia, Arizona, and Flaming Pig. I haven't visited the
by
restaurant.
the way, mayroong it's a good news. Flaming Pig is on all their business hours. So merong nagsabing nagsara. So make sure you come and visit them at 1534 West Camelback Road here in Phoenix, and make sure you try their special bulalo and everything they have.
Looking forward.
Yes.
Maybe after here we should go there.
Another
Okay.
one
We also
is-
have Mike and Rose Diefendorf. Did I say
Yes.
the last name correct?
Yes.
Diefendorf. And then Lonnie Villamas, Kuya Lonnie Patubo, or from fans.
Yes, thank you so much to all our sponsor, and they are being plugged right there as we are the show is going on. Kaya John, I know everyone is excited to hear the story and to hear advice from these wonderful teachers, Filipino teachers in America, in Arizona today. I will start from the one very close to me, ang ating beautiful
Yes.
and very smart Super Marcy is what they call her. Madam Marcy Goma. She is the founder of Abaka Foundation. She's been here in America for since 2000 as a Filipino J1 teacher. So she has so much to share with us. Marcy, please greet our audience.
Hello. Pwede na ba yun?
Yes.
Yeah. Later on, we'll tell more about Marcy and what she's doing.
Yes.
Another right here on our table with us is a very handsome, good-looking man, Mr. Jasfer Gonzaga Familaran, all the way from Quezon City.
Yes, and Jasper, by the way, Ate
Yes.
is a choir teacher
Yes.
at Aaron Murphy and Sundance Elementary in Phoenix.
Yes. And so there's so much for them to watch because our Jasper is going to sing for us.
Yes.
Stand Up for Love.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's our featured artist for today. And way in Yuma, let's welcome Miss Elaine Resurrection Chavez. She is my niece, by the way, and she's been here in America since 2017 as J1. And on her first year in America, first year of teaching, she became the Teacher of the Year 2018 of Yuma County, and now an 8th grade social studies teacher and social studies district mentors of Somerton School District in Yuma. Welcome, Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
Hi John, hi Marcy. Hello, good afternoon
Jasper.
Arizona and Jasper, and magandang umaga po. Madaling araw actually sa Philippines.
Yes. Thank you, Elaine, for joining us all the way from Yuma via Zoom. It's about almost 3 hours drive to get to Yuma. So I'm glad that we have Zoom to join us. So before we go to the nitty-gritty of this topic, we have to recognize very especially our Miss Marcy here
Yes.
for all the good things that she has done in helping the 17 teachers and 10 more
So 27 total.
total
Yes.
of 27 Filipino teachers that are coming into America in Arizona. Recently, 17 has
That
arrived.
I know of.
Yes. So,
Yes.
Marcy, the floor is yours to thank.
All
We
right.
thank you for
Yeah, I just want to
for
thank
this.
everyone who helped. So I have to read their names. Gracias to everyone. Marietta Stites, is that
Okay.
right? Marietta Stites, Ethel
can you make
Lazario, Victoria, Mary Chris, Maribel, Jenny, of course Vic Reed, Jennifer Chow, Tambayan at Joanne, Sharon, Michelle, Tram, Maria Bundariev, Lani, Perla, Selena, Asawin, Glory, Grace, and Lori, and Lan. Everyone, thank you so much for helping, because I don't want to take all the credit. It was because of them, of the community.
Thank you
That's why
so
we
much.
made it happen.
And I believe, sorry, we did not send the thing, but we were plugging it from the time you shared to us.
It's okay. I mean, I think you guys really all helped, because otherwise I would not get that
Yes.
much, what do you call this, response from the
And thank
from the
you
community,
for
because it wasn't just the Filipino community. I want to thank, like, it was the Asian community. Like,
And no, but
Yeah.
we really want to thank you for initiating it,
Yes.
for opening your door
Taking-
to the new teachers.
yeah.
Right? It's
In
not
fact,
easy to move
not-
from the Philippines
Not
and then
not only she collected those items, Marcy get them from the airport
from the airport.
and
Oh,
even
yeah.
get them
It was actually
a
fun.
Why didn't you call
a place
me?
to live,
well, it was so hard to
So,
coordinate.
Marcy,
with
can
Yeah.
you
many
get
people.
closer to the mic?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, yeah.
It was so hard to, like, if you have more people, and I know everyone wanted
Yes.
to help, but it was just so hard for me to coordinate, because, I work full time as well.
Yes.
Yes.
So that was the problem. So now I just asked my husband, I want to thank Wayne.
Yes, of
Oh my God, I
course.
almost forgot. Yeah, I want to thank him. He
And
was
your
the,
daughter.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Crescent.
Thank you so much for your family. And also, talking about thanking, I have to thank the mayor. Special thanks to the mayor of City of Chandler, Mayor Kevin Harkey, and Councilwoman Christine Ellis for giving the proclamation, the very first proclamation for Larry Itliong Day in Chandler, Arizona.
Oh, that's
It is a
wonderful.
historic moment for us to receive this Larry Itliong Day on Chandler, Arizona, and
When
hope
is-
that
so when's-
many more cities around Arizona will be able to do this proclamation. Thank you so much, Mayor Kevin Harkey and Christine Ellis, and of course Lani Rilamas Patubo, and all the media and community leaders who join us in receiving this recognition. And thank you so much, Javier, for bringing this out. And also, Elaine has just mentioned that there's another good news coming from Yuma. Elaine, take it away.
I'm very happy and honored to present to Arizona Department of Education the Filipino American History Month was recognized here in Arizona starting the first day of October. Starting this year, as we go along, we are going to celebrate Filipino American History Month here in Arizona. It has been recognized by the Arizona Department of Education. They already put that in their website. And in the following months, we're going to look forward to include the Filipino American History Month and all of the Filipino heroes that was able to help our American history here in the United States. And we're going to include that in our curriculum here in Arizona Department of Education.
Wow, that is a good news.
Would that mean no school day?
Yeah.
No school day for 1
Well,
month.
you know what? It can happen if we keep doing things, you know? And it takes one person to do the job. It can make a great ripple effect. And I think that's one of the thing that we need to do. Next is Tempe.
We can do that.
And yeah, and Phoenix. And Peoria. Yes.
Well, I think that's for the entire state.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I
No,
guess she's
I'm
talking about the proclamation.
Oh, the proclamation, I see.
Yeah.
Elaine, thank you so much for doing that for the community.
Yes. And also, Elaine has been teaching Larry Itliong to
Yes.
her class. So, John, I know that you have prepared questionnaires for all these wonderful teachers that are with us today. Maybe you can start a question.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
we understand that we have a big shortage, right, of
Yes.
educators, not only in Arizona, but also, in every state that we can mention, because they're in news, it's in media. So tell us about, because I know, Jasfer, you're a J1 educator. Tell us about J1. What does it entail?
It is actually a exchange visitor program. So you will have like 3 to 5 years to stay here in the United States. You are like not a worker, but a trainee. So you are here to be trained, not actually to work. So, but not just all about working, but training, but you are get paid. Yeah, so that's it. So it's not we are under J1 visa because it's easy to process compared to H1B visa. Like in my situation, for 1 month, for 2 months of application, I flew to the United States.
Wow, you're
Yeah,
good.
so yeah.
And-
So right here, so what we have right now, so since we are under a training program, so we need to send reports to our visa sponsor that we are doing this, we are sharing this to the kids in the United States, and we are communicating with the kids with the kids in the Philippines. So this is how education in the United States goes, and it's like a sharing of culture and learnings. Yeah.
It is a cultural exchange
Cultural
program,
exchange.
actually. So there's a treaty between the U.S. and the Philippines, and that's why we're given that visa. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
All right.
louder.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit louder.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
it's similar to like being like exchange students
Yes.
and
Yes.
experiencing the culture and sharing the culture. Interesting. What other preparation did you have prior to moving here?
Actually, I was so surprised when I got that offer because I don't have a plan to go to the United States. I just want to work beyond Asia. And then suddenly I got the offer. I am not really prepared, like financially, emotionally, mentally, not really prepared.
Yeah.
But when you already have it, you just have to say, go, this is it.
You just
Yes.
grab it,
You
right?
just grab it
Yes.
because like not everyone not everyone has the opportunity to go to the United States.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So even you don't want it, at least give
Who
a shot.
doesn't wanna go?
At least give a shot.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't want to go to America?
Well, yeah, the American dream.
Yeah.
Wait a second. But let's ask Elaine, what is
Yes.
her preparation coming to America?
When I had an interview in the Philippines, my interview, yung owner ng school interviewed me through Zoom. And he asked me a lot of questions and he told me, can you take TOEFL? That during our time, it's a requirement. TOEFL, it's just an English proficiency exam and you have to pass it. And so I passed the test and we submitted it. In like 2 months, the same thing with Jasper. In like 2 months, I already fly here in the United States. But when we arrived here, we didn't know during the CFO training, we have to go back in the Philippines after 5 years. So you have 2-year home requirement. So those were the struggles, one of the struggles right now of some of the J1 teachers, that you have to go back home to the Philippines, which is you have 2-year home requirement to go back home, serve your home country, share the culture that you learned from the United States, share it to the culture that you have in the Philippines. So those were the preparations. So if you're a Filipino teacher here, you can share your Filipino culture from the Philippines to your situation in the classroom here in the United States. So what are those? Those are literatures or you can share them that these are the situation of the students in the Philippines or the classroom setup that we have in the Philippines.
Thank you, Elaine. How? We're almost closing the first segment. So one more question,
Yeah.
John. Do you have
So
any?
one question that I have is that American culture is definitely different from Filipino, and you guys mentioned that you're sharing cultures, right? As educators from the Philippines and as someone who graduated from the Philippines, what are the challenges that you guys experience in the classroom?
Of course, one challenges is the classroom management and how to deal with how to talk with the kids. That is my first problem because we have a lot of procedures here in the classroom compared to the Philippines. As the kids see you by the door, they know how to behave already.
Because of our values.
Yeah,
right?
because if even you have 60 kids in the Philippines and they saw you by the door, they know, oh, there's a teacher, we need to behave, we need to listen, we need to
Yes.
get ready. But here, even you have 20 kids here, as they see you in the classroom, if you don't know how to talk to them, if you don't know how to deal with them, they will not listen to you. So I was just like culture shock.
Yeah.
In my first week, I am just crying because I don't know what a procedure is.
Yeah.
I don't have the classroom procedure because we don't have training about it. So I only know the procedures in the Philippines, how to talk and how to teach in the Philippines. But you cannot apply all these things that you learn in the Philippines when you got it.
Yes.
It's really
Yes.
different.
May I ask Marcy, because she is the special ed teacher. That's even harder.
I guess my experience would be really different from them because
Yeah.
before coming here, I was already working overseas.
Yeah.
So I already worked in Australia before coming here. So they have very similar. So my problem was actually, I would say, like, because I teach the younger ones, it would be the parents, like how.
The support,
Yeah.
right.
So that's with the kids, I didn't have problems. They're little. So it was more like parents, how to make them happy. Because I always think that teaching is more in customer service, you know. So you have to make sure that you say the right thing to the parents. That, well, you'll be at the district office, report.
Yes.
So that's how it is. Yeah, sometimes I think it doesn't have anything to do with teaching, right? Like I feel
Yes.
like, okay, I just have to make
True,
you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really have to connect with the parents and have that
Yeah.
relationship so they can be involved in their
Yeah.
children's education.
And I'm lucky that I have that now,
Yeah.
with having been,
Thank you for
Yes,
that
go ahead.
answer. Maybe we can ask one short answer from Yuma,
Yes,
Elaine,
Elaine.
and we'll have a break right after Elaine.
I agree with Marcy and John. No? When you start with here in the United States, it's a different kind of relationship that you have to build. And that's what students are looking for here. That you started a good relationship with them, and then that they treat you not just a teacher, but as a friend that they can lean on every time that they have a problem. Compared to the Philippine setup, that you are as a teacher and they are scared of you. But here in the United States, it's not just being a teacher, it's more of a friend that they can lean on, and that's what they are looking for every teachers that they have here in the United States.
Well, thank you so much for all your input. I think all of our kababayan who wanted to come to America, especially if they know a teacher or a teacher who want to come here, this is a time that you watch and share this episode. And we'll be right back after this.
At magbabalik po ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika. Huwag kayong aalis! Nagbabalik ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika ni Ria Luz.
Hello mga kababayan! Nagustuhan nyo ba ang ating first segment? More so in this second segment, there will be more questions these amazing Filipino teachers will be answering for us today. And it's about time to ask and send your comments on this live broadcast, as well as please like and share Buhay Buhay sa Amerika, and also Checkedbyjohn.
Yes,
And
Checkedbyjohn.
Yes. So John, you're asking this teacher's question. Do you have any other question to them?
You know, another question that I have, because I've been teaching in US ate for 12 years.
Yes.
So I don't
and you
really
are
know
not
what.
a J1.
No,
That's
'cause I
different.
grew up in Guam, and Guam
Yeah.
is U.S. soil. So what I want to know is, because in Arizona, teachers' compensation is based on 3 factors: credentials, number of years of experience, and what else? The type of certification you have, or the content that you teach. So how is J1 different to regular certified educators here in U.S.?
Any one of you
Based on
wanted to
compensation, like in benefits.
There's no difference, yeah. So you get paid on your experience and your certification. And what else? The third one I just said.
Whatever.
Just there's no difference, okay?
So iba-iba pa rin sila.
Yes.
Okay.
So what happens though, like during my time, I had to take the test to be certified here. So right now, I don't think the teachers had to, has to take tests. I don't think they do. They get that international certification something, so which is
For J.
good, yeah. Do you guys have that? All right. So that's what happens, I think, right now because of the shortage. So there's no difference. So you get the same thing, you get the same benefits, so everything is the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
How about Elaine? Do you have any thing to add?
I agree. So in my case, I don't have my international certification. Instead, I have my reciprocity certification. So my certificate from the Philippines was recognized in New Mexico. From New Mexico, it was recognized here in Arizona. So I have dual certification. I have 2 state certification, New Mexico and here in Arizona. I didn't take any tests. Instead, I took like 2 classes, which is Arizona Constitution and the U.S. Constitution, which is the only requirement because I only have the Philippine Constitution when they check my records. But in terms of compensation, it's the same offer like what they offer with other teachers. If you have educational background, let's say you finished master's or PhD, they're going to give you the same salary rate. If you have taught for about more than 10 years, and then you have every year, it will increase as long as you're stepping off for the next salary level. And also your certification. In public schools, it is a requirement for you to have certification. Otherwise, you will have a substitute teacher or an emergency certification.
Thank you, Elaine.
Okay.
That's good to know. And John, meron akong itutuloy na natin. Ito yung question ng mga tao. Paano na lang kapag nag-end yung contract nila?
After the contract.
What will happen after your 5-year or your 2-year contract ends?
Jasper, do you plan to stay here for good after your contract? I mean, because, it's the opportunity.
This is the
land of
question we don't want
opportunity,
to reach, right?
Well, honestly, when I first got here, I don't have the desire to just stay here. I just want to finish my program. And then what did I do? I just performed well, I guess. I
Yeah.
just followed all the instructions of my coaches and my principal. And they want to keep me.
That's
And they
good.
say, you deserve to stay here.
Yeah.
So that's just what I did. And sometimes even you don't like these things to happen, and then they will see what you're doing. They will give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I don't need to say no, but I just said, yes, I will stay.
And now you've been here for...
Yeah, this is my
4?
third year.
Third
Now,
year.
actually, I'm working. My paper is already on process for the
For the H1.
H1B visa.
Oh, good.
And not just for H1B visa, they are working for green card too for the next.
That's good.
Congratulations.
Years.
Yeah.
So iba pa yung H1 sa J1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So H1 is
So
a
while I'm
working
under
visa.
that H1B visa, they will process my paper for the green card.
Yes.
So
That's
you're lucky.
good.
You're one of the lucky ones. Yeah.
Oh, why is it not?
So not all district will actually offer a J1
Yeah, but they
visa.
need to see your performance.
So
They
based
will
on performance.
evaluate you. Your principal will recommend you,
Yeah.
and before they will decide to give you an offer about it. So it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, actually, so in my experience with the teachers, because I've met a lot of teachers through the years, So J1 actually, it really depends on the district. Some district won't deal with the H1 visa. And then so they tend to just go on J1, you go back to the Philippines, and then they'll hire you again. So they never do. And I just know that you're lucky because Peoria School District's been hiring teachers using H1 visa. So you're like I said, you're one of the lucky ones, but
And
not
it's not just
not
all about it, I guess,
Yeah, I
because my
know.
visa is like not subject to 212E.
Yeah.
It's not actually part of that. We need to go back to the
Yeah,
Philippines
yeah.
for 2 years. We need just to find out a visa sponsor.
Yeah. So I guess that's another thing. So
Yeah.
with J1, there's the 2-year requirement to
Yeah.
go back, and then there's another one that if you get lucky, you're not subject to return to the Philippines. So there's two, like depending on what they stamp you at, right, Elaine?
In what country, actually?
So,
Marcy
so-
knows.
yeah,
Marcy
So
knows
there's
it. Marcy and I were talking
Yeah,
most
so-
of the time about that, about
'Cause-
my visa, because I consulted her most of the time through phone. And Marcy knows.
Because
We talk-
I guess I got lucky too. I didn't have any requirement
Yeah.
to go back to the Philippines. And like I said, I was one of the lucky teachers too that was offered by my district to stay. So
And it
But-
makes sense. It makes sense for principal to really keep our Filipino educators if they're doing well and if they're being effective in the classroom.
Yes, and I heard from the grapevine that there are other Filipinos who receive the
pink slip.
no
H1.
the immigrant
yeah.
status, and then they umalis
Oh.
doon sa nagbigay. So what can you tell doon sa
Yeah.
ganung sitwasyon?
Yeah.
Can you
I-
get closer
okay.
to the mic?
Can you hear me
Elaine-
now? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess first thing that I would say for J1 teachers, actually, can I just go like save money? Okay. So because that's one thing that they always forget. They tend not to save because they think they're going to stay forever. So I always tell them to make sure that you save on your second year. You have that money to pay for the lawyer because like I said, most district won't pay for your stay here. Second is show some what do you call it, yung utang na loob once
Yeah.
they let you
Gratitude.
stay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So show it to them. They give you that. So at least stay for another maybe 5 years, and then
Yeah.
you can leave.
Then
'cause
decide
it's-
later.
Because I mean, you're treated the right way, so then treat them right as well.
And not only that, it might reflect on the
Exactly,
upcoming
yeah.
teachers.
Mhm.
So Elaine, do you have anything to add?
I agree with Marcy. There are Jasper is very lucky. In my school district before, they offered H1, and then that is because there's a lot of teachers that was offered with green card as well, but they tend to move to another state. And so what happens? There are school districts who decide to stop
Yeah.
sponsoring H1 and J1 if you are not required for a 212E. So if you are required for 212E, most likely you have to go back home, serve your home country for 2 years, then you have to go back here, and that's the time that the school district will sponsor you for H1. What if the school district will not offer you H1? Even the teachers have good performance and give
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of dates
So
for the school district.
that's true.
The school district decided not to sponsor for
Yeah.
H1, you have to look for another school district that will sponsor you for H1.
Unless you get married,
Sometimes
right?
by luck, right?
Unless you get married, that's a
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
story.
Actually, when they offered me
That's a
that,
strategy.
They
when
all
they offered me that the H1B visa, they told me you just have to be loyal to us.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
what they told me. We see your growth. We see you are learning every day.
Yeah.
We see how you develop your skills here. The kids are learning from you. You are learning from us. Just be loyal to us, and you can go to any good schools when we are already on your H1B visa.
Yes.
That's what they
good.
told
You
me.
know, loyalty always pays, and it's a must na us, especially Filipinos, we come here, and if we were given an opportunity and you become loyal to that person, I'm sure then more and more people will help you because hindi ka
I
wishy-washy.
agree.
And
Yeah.
Marcy actually pointed a very good topic earlier about saving. You know,
Saving, yeah.
it's
Well-
not only on teachers, but also on nurses. If I
any profession,
any
right?
profession, when you come to America, that's a very
Yeah.
it's a very important thing. Sabi nga ni Marcy, Marcy,
Oh, well, we just don't
live
wanna-
within your means.
Yeah, like just because you saw your friend or your neighbor driving a nice car, you don't have to buy a nice car, right?
Yeah.
So I think what I've noticed, and I'm not saying everyone, but what I've noticed is most teachers by the end of their contract or before the end of they're on GoFundMe, and I feel like, I mean, of course I feel sad, but I feel like I don't like it, because why would you be on GoFundMe? Do you agree, John, that
No.
that teachers, I think we're getting paid fair enough.
Fair
I don't
enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
So-
Because we have to understand that although teaching, it is a noble profession, and with all the things that we have to insert or effort in the classroom, it's a profession where we only work for 180 days in one school year, when there's 365 days, right? So to all the teachers who are contracted, I think it's the time for them to really establish themselves. Save money, I agree with you, because you don't know what's gonna happen at the end of their
Yes.
contract, because Jasper was lucky enough, but
Yeah.
again, not all district offers that.
Exactly.
And I think, as for someone who's been here for almost 20, I've been here more than 28 years, truly save.
Save.
And a number one thing that you mentioned also is teka muna, you were talking about fair enough. How much talaga ang sweldo ng teacher?
I can't answer kasi in my opinion,
So
iba-iba
is it
kasi.
Yeah,
By
50,000?
district, by content, by
Yeah.
credential.
Because the person who inspired me in bringing this story, I will not tell her name, but she has given me an idea. My God, the teachers are not paid enough. It's not that a lot of money that many of these teachers, even an American teacher, they have to go take 3 jobs. They do a summer job. They make extra other income, as well as para lang kasi you don't just live for yourself here. You
Yeah.
live for your family in the Philippines, especially for J1. And I experienced that's a mentality of every Filipino who come to any country. We always think of trying to help our family back home, but we forgot to help ourselves when we are here. So, and thanks to Marcy and to Elaine and Jasper and John and many others who become part of the community and embrace all these teachers, or not only teachers, but all our kababayan are always helped by our own community.
Yeah. But you have to live within your means.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think teachers, like if you have bachelors right now, how much do you think? Like I think the average is about over 35,000 a year, and that's bachelor's.
Bachelor's degree
So
holder.
without experience, and I think that's
starting.
across the board, right?
Yeah.
Right now.
Did
So
you say
can-
35?
Yeah. So
45,
35 to 45, and that's, I think, like you said, it's 180. How many days? 180.
180 days.
Yeah. So then work in the summer. Like I take every summer job that I can get at school.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I do get it. 'Cause
The
another,
extra, right?
that's another extra, and
the
I do
sidelines.
take extra work that I have at school. Like today, I just came from school because I was helping.
Still
with
working.
Yes. And that's what, like nurses, that's what they do. Why can't teachers do that? You
Well,
know, I think
some nurses work 3 jobs.
exactly. So I don't know why
Make a-
teachers would complain. Things like that. Oh, I work 3. I mean, would you? I mean, I don't think it's-
based on my experience, I feel like people always say teachers don't get paid enough. But again, it depends on one person's view.
Yeah.
It depends on the lifestyle, right?
Yeah,
For me, like being in the profession, I really feel fortunate with what I'm getting. It might not be the same as others, but I feel like with all the other things that we could do during our break, during the holidays, the time that we have to spend with our family and friends, I think that's what matters more than the compensation.
I agree with you. Super agree.
So we
no,
all
seriously,
agree.
yeah.
But they should get paid more.
But if we can get paid
Yes,
more,
that
why
would be
not?
Why
better.
not? Yes. That's why we will be right back after this break, because there's more to
gonna
come
sing.
after this. And our featured artist will be singing right after this. Don't leave. Bye.
At magbabalik po ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika. Huwag kayong aalis. nagbabalik ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika ni Rhea Luz.
I got so inspired with this question and answer, and especially our exchanges with these beautiful teachers here in Arizona. And I thought we should have our featured artist right away. But I think we should have more questions, John. Ang galing mong magtanong. Magtanong
Teacher
ka pa ulit.
talaga.
Teacher talaga.
You know what I really want to know? How do you guys see Filipino educators? How are we different? How you think are we different from the typical American educators? How are we different in the classroom?
Do you want me to answer that?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, I'm very strict. Okay. So
Do you have a pat-pat?
Oh, I tried, but it's not allowed. I just go, you want pow pow? Because we have,
Yeah.
So, but I'm really very strict, and I make sure that the parents understand that. So I'm very consistent in the classroom. I tell my parents that my students are not my friends.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure it's different for you guys because you have like older students. Mine is, they're younger.
They're younger.
So I make sure that they know who's the authority. And I know we're not allowed to do it, but I really make sure that in my classroom, they know that I'm the teacher. You're going to listen because this is not home. If you don't listen at home, well, you have to listen to me. So that's how I see it. But then again, at the same time, I also explain that I guess it's culture, kind of like that. So
Yeah.
but they understand, again, with the community, I mean, the families that we have, mostly Hispanic families, so our cultures are very
They're
close,
close,
right?
yes.
So they do get it.
So the
Yes.
positive discipline.
And by the way, I wanted to give another shout out to
Oh my gosh.
Marcy
Thank
Yes.
you.
for her term here in America. She was able to develop the Abaka Foundation,
Abaka, yes.
which is giving back to our second
Definitely.
generation Filipinos. So Marcy,
Thank
shout
you.
out to you.
Yeah. Oh, and you
And
can,
tell
you
them
can
what
teach
is
them
Abaka.
how to sing in
Yes.
Filipino.
Yes.
They're really good singers.
Can you please tell everyone again
About
what is
Abaka.
Abaka and how they can help you?
Okay, so we are a non-profit organization, 501c. So actually, all the money that we get, we actually give it back to the community. So like teachers are one of them, students are one of them. For any if they have to attend things like that, so we help them. And I do still teach even during the pandemic. We do still teach Tagalog. Medyo. And then, of course, music. Because I do play bandurria. Bandurria. So, meron
I'm a
dahil
rondalla teacher in the
Oh, my God,
Philippines.
perfect!
Yeah.
Ano kasi
Yeah.
bandurria, that's small.
Yeah, so can you explain what bandurria is?
No, bandurria is a Spanish-influenced guitar. It was actually brought by the Spaniards in the Philippines, and it was being
Bring your
adopted by the
bandurria.
Filipinos. Yeah,
You should have told
I
me.
taught rondalla in the Philippines
Ay,
for
naku,
4
may perfect.
years.
Ay,
I have known you.
Before I got here, I have my
Collaborate with
group.
Ate Marcy.
Oh, yeah. So, kasi, alam mo, we played at Suns. We played at, ano pa nga ba yun?
Yeah.
Sa Diamond Backs ba yun? Yung galing,
Yes,
yung
maraming
kids.
events.
Yeah, so
I'm
we
actually
did.
looking for a
Yeah.
group
Ay,
performing
naku, ako
rondalla
yun.
because I really miss it.
That's her group.
Yeah, ako
Yeah.
yun.
And I invite-
Yeah. And I do have a lot of instruments still at home, yung bandurria. I
That's
play it
I
too.
would love to
yeah.
join
Yeah.
to see it.
Okay.
Kunin ko yung number mo,
Another
ha?
question. That's Bandurria.
Yeah,
Elaine
that's
may be
Bandurria.
able to answer another of that question. Elaine, are you ready to answer? What's the difference?
There is no actually difference here in the United States for me, because like what John is saying, that we are teaching like middle school students, and we have built relationship to
Yeah.
them. So for them, once they arrive the classroom, if the more that you're strict to the students, the more that they will be away from you and they will not do their work. But the more that you build a relationship to them, the more
Yes.
that they will do their work, and the more that they will be closer to you, and they will open up to you whatever problems they're experiencing. Especially those students that we are in a Title I school that most of their
Yeah.
parents are working or migrants, and most of the time they were just like stay home all by themselves. They will tell you, hey, you know what? This is what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling depressed. I'm having anxiety. I'm scared. Can you help me? And you, as a Filipino teacher, you have these feelings that you want to fix this, you want to help. And because we are very good in hospitality, our
Yeah.
relationship of care. So they feel that you are the mom, you are their parents at school, and they trust you so much. So don't try to break that relationship, otherwise they will not perform well at school.
Very good.
I think that's how you answer the question. I totally agree with you because if I had to, let me answer that.
Parang ano,
I would say the
Miss
same thing,
Universe.
Ate. Because of the core values that we have, we're able to bring it in the classroom.
Yep.
It's how, sometimes students will forget what we teach them, but they will never forget
how you treat them.
yes,
Yeah.
how we make them feel, right?
I so agree. In fact, I was just saying earlier that I had imagine he started at 3 years old in my class,
Yeah.
and he has autism, and now he's in college, and he still
Wow.
calls me, yeah, and like,
But that's true, John.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I remember the teacher who treated me so well, and I still thank them until now.
Until now, the
And-
compassion
yes,
from
yes.
the teachers.
And the
yeah.
teacher who actually put me down, I remember that
You
too.
remember
they're
that.
the only ones I remember.
Yes.
That's the one. That's the one. I encourage teachers, may you be teacher or any profession.
Mm-hmm.
Please do not put anyone down because they'll never forget you, even to their grave.
Exactly, I agree. Yeah.
So, but they will remember how you treated them well. So
Yes.
this is another question.
Yeah.
As we are closing this segment, or rather, we're so fast. John, this is that
Yes,
question.
go ahead.
What advice would you give all Filipino aspiring educators?
Well, if you want to apply, just email me then, so you don't have to pay that big amount that you know, those
Oh, there
J1
you go.
teachers.
Meron na tayong
Recruiter.
Yes.
Yeah.
good job.
Directly from,
So,
and
And give them your contact number.
Sure. Not my phone. You can give my email.
The Abaka Foundation.
Yeah, so it's actually on our website now. Exchange teachers, if they want to just send or email their resumes, and I will we'll try to make sure that they can be placed here.
What's your email?
It's on the website.
You should start a
What's the
Filipino
This is-
Educator Association.
Marcy.
Why did you start it?
Marcy,
No, seriously. and
Tell
I
the
support you.
website.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the opportunity to tell the website.
My website. Oh, it's abakafoundation.org.
Yes,
So it's
there.
abakafoundation.org. So
Ang arte at Abaka.
iba yun. Abaka.
Iba ba yun?
Abaka, so that's the AB. So it's
okay.
Abaka
I thought it was
is the leaves
the
or
one for
whatever.
Sampaguita or something.
See? Abaka Foundation.
So see, we learned some synonyms
Yeah.
of
How about you, Jasper?
Are you asking me about advice?
Yeah.
yeah.
First, I want to say life here is not easy. If they think you're rich already when you go to the United States, well, we are not, but we are saving for our future. And and then it's how you manage your financial.
Yeah.
I mean, and then be prepared always, like mentally, emotionally, because it's not just all about. When I got here, I just told myself, like, money will not make you happy. It's all about the people all around you. If you are here and you have money, but there's no people around you, it's still sad. And that's why you
go to
will
the
miss
mall.
them.
Sorry.
So what I'm doing is I'm still looking for the people who I can trust with, like talking to these people you can trust to, and then seek advice to them. Because for some reason in your life, you need somebody else to talk to when you are in the place where you don't have a family.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, so they need to be prepared to that.
Yes.
And Elaine? There's the
Oh, that's so
Yes,
nice.
good
Thank
job,
you.
Marcy.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
that's the Abaka
So yeah, there's
Foundation.org.
Stitch in the USA there. Wow.
Good job.
I don't know.
Together with Marcy, the same thing. Before, so far po, 5 or 6 teachers na ang nadala ko dito sa Philippines. From the Philippines here to the United States. So, together with their family, nadala ko na po sila. Natulungan ko po makarating dito. Pero, mahirap po kasi ang daming may recruitment process. Pero I'm doing the same thing that looking forward for a lot of teachers to arrive here and to help. Kasi as a teacher, gusto mo matulungan din yung mga ibang Filipino teachers na ma-experience yung kultura ng Amerika at ano ba yung pagkakaiba at ano ba yung maigagawa natin. What can we do as a Filipino teachers here in the United States, and how can we help the Philippines in exchange of the visa that we have here? So if you guys want to help too, or you want to try here in the United States, please email me too.
Yeah, and so we are asking what would they need to prepare to come to America. So do they
No,
need to prepare
so
a special thing?
No, not necessarily. But actually, we're working with Polytechnic University of the Philippines. That on how it's more like because the number one problem is actual language barrier. No matter how much good you think you speak English in the Philippines, it's gonna be different
Different, yeah.
once you're here in the U.S.
Because we have a very
Yeah.
thick accent.
Yes, and so
Yeah.
that's one thing, and so the program that we're working on with Polytechnic University is how you can at least help you with that accent, help you so the
Yeah.
little kids will understand you, things like that. So we have that. We're starting that program. So hopefully by spring of next year, it's gonna start. It's a 6 weeks, I think, a 6 week program. I think so. It
Yeah.
really depends. So we're gonna be. So we'll be sharing
Done
that
here.
info. Yeah, we'll be sharing that with
Good.
you guys.
Well, thank
Well,
you
I-
so much.
Can I add something out there?
Yes.
This is probably, it does not tie into
Yeah.
what we're talking about, but somehow it breaks my heart that teachers have to leave Philippines
Yeah.
and find opportunities here in the States, because I hope the government is listening and watching us, that they really need to do something, because teachers, nurses, all skilled workers are leaving the country. What's going to happen to the generation of our
Back
bayan?
home.
Yes,
Right.
that's
and,
true.
And I think that's why the government is just limiting the number of years that
Yeah.
you will stay, because or else we'll have a brain drain in the Philippines.
True.
And the best and the most effective teachers are actually coming in. What can happen to the ones?
But
Yeah.
actually, when I was in the Philippines, I'm handling elementary rondalia and high school rondalia and senior high rondalia. I'm handling 3 rondalia groups. And then when I was about to leave, it's just like a surprise to them. Like, what are you leaving in 1 month? And the kids are crying.
Oh.
And telling them, I don't want to leave, but
Yeah.
I need
Are
to
you
think
planning
of
to come
myself too. For them, I think I'll be here for good.
That's why.
To support them. To
Yeah,
support
yes,
them.
good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
answer.
and you're right, because like I currently actually like the Abaka Foundation is currently like helping another school there in Pasig, because I'm from Pasig, so we're helping a school there, like we're supporting them financially. So.
That's good.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
we will be right back. This time, it's for sure, we will have Miss Jasper Familaran for our featured artist. Don't go away. See you soon.
At magbabalik po ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika. Huwag kayong aalis. At muli pong nagbabalik ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika ni Ria Luz.
Hello, everyone. I've been telling about Jasper Gonzaga Familaran all along. And finally, we reached the time we would have our featured artist performing for us today. Stand Up for Love by Destiny's Child. Let's welcome our choir teacher at Ira Murphy and Sundance Elementary School in Phoenix, Arizona, Mr. Jasper Gonzaga Familaran. Take it away, Jasper.
Times I find it hard to sleep at night. We are living through such troubled times, and every child that reaches out, someone to hold. For one moment they become my own. And how can I pretend that I don't know what's going on in every second and every minute? Another soul is gone, and I believe that in my life I will see an end to hopelessness or giving up or suffering. If we all stand together this one time, then no one will get left behind. Stand up for life. Stand up and hear me sing. Stand up for life. I'm inspired and hopeful for each and every day, and so I learn that things are gonna change. And how can I pretend that I don't know what's going on in every second and every minute? Another soul is gone, and I believe that in my life I will see an end to hopelessness or giving up or suffering. If we all stand together this one time, then no one will get left behind. Stand up for life. Stand up for love. And it all starts right here. It starts right now. One person stand up when, and the rest will follow. For all the forgotten, for all the unloved. And I'm gonna sing this song, and I believe that in my life I will see an end to hopelessness or giving up or suffering. If we all stand together this one time, then no one will get left behind. Stand up for life. Stand up and sing, yeah. Stand up for love, for love, for love.
That is amazing. Welcome back. Join us again here on the table.
Thank you.
Ano yun?
Stand up for
Nakaka-goosebumps
love.
ang ganda ng yung boses.
Thank you.
Naiyak ako ate.
Oo nga.
Parang stand up, parang pilik talaga. Oh my God, stand up.
We all stand up for love as Filipino teachers.
Talaga nag-stand up ako.
Nag-pledge of
Elaine,
allegiance siya.
nagustuhan mo ba?
Opo.
Yes.
Ano to talaga, baka mamaya ma-discover ka na dito.
Yes,
Ay,
why
naman.
not?
Na-discover na.
Oh my God.
Actually, na-discover na
Yes.
si Jasper. Kasi Jasper and Casey are my singers during the 4th anniversary of Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. And when I'm looking for... Yeah, he sang the national anthem together with Casey. And that's why I remember his voice and his talent. And I said, hey,
Wow.
it was just last week that I talked to him.
Yeah. The Philippine Independence Day.
Yes.
Right?
No,
Yeah,
no.
Wow.
No, like for the future, like yung mga future events.
And in fact, we have our Christmas Carol Around the World. It is initiated by Dr. James Campbell.
Yeah.
He asked the Buhay Buhay sa Amerika to do it as an annual event. So may I request Jasper to join us and please do the bandurria and the rondalia. Can
They have to
make-
practice, right?
Yeah,
Like we have to
maybe
practice
they
because
can
it's not
sing
a
Filipino.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can put together the kids.
Yes.
and
Tayo
then-
sasaya lang sa
And
background.
someone from Yuma can also be representing the Filipinos. It would be Christmas carols around the world. So I'm inviting you to join us. It would be in December. We're still finalizing whether December 18 or December 24. So it is initiated by Dr. James Campbell. And this is the time we wrap up to tell our upcoming events, John. So today we have
Yes.
Trunk or Treat
Yeah.
at 5 p.m. This at Team Lumpia.
By Team Lumpia.
It would be at the Jollibee parking lot at 2800
Ooh.
East German Road in Chandler, Arizona. So contact our Team Lumpia for more details and be there at 5, starting at 5 o'clock. And the Zumba Dance Stride by Camelback Mountain Lions Club this coming Saturday, this November 6th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Indian School Road, Steel Park in 300 East Indian School Road. A Christmas Blessing by FANOGS, Filipino American Nurses Organization of Grand Canyon State, is celebrating their Christmas party at Double Tree Santan Village in Gilbert, December 11 from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Contact any FANOGS members. So John, next one is
And we also have, on November 13, the BBSA show committee advocate, right? And we're going to have a special guest, which is
is-
the author and the winemaker, Miss Gail Roma Santa.
Yes, this is actually a very special because
Yeah.
she is a community advocate, a book author of Journey for Justice of Larry Itliong, and a winemaker is her husband,
Yeah.
Francis Novero. And I'll be co-hosted by Mr. Gerald
Gerald
Villanueva
Boholano.
Boholano, our marketing manager, reporter, and commercial actor of Arizona. And yes, big time ang ating mga guests, upcoming guests. Parang big time kagaya nitong mga kasama natin ngayon. And another one, John.
And then on November 27,
Yes.
the episode will be about Called to Serve. This is the
Yes.
Filipino priest.
Yes.
Who are your guests ate?
Father Romy Dionisio, Father Juvency Balang, and of course, ang ating mga co-hosts, Miss Cecil Rivera Maglalang and Dr. Pamela Sapanta. So join us on November 27, Saturday. And please continue to become our sponsor so we can continue to share more stories of our kababayan here in America. And that's it for now.
Oh,
Do
can
you
Yeah.
I do
have
a
any-
shout out?
Yes, yes.
Alright, okay. Shout out to my Abaka kids. They have their marching band tonight at
Ooh.
Desert Valley. I think Desert Valley High School.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know the school. So Trina 40. Good luck tonight. Cheyenne.
Yes, thank you.
Almoradi, and my daughter Crescent. Good luck
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
Thank you so much. We got
You're
only
welcome.
1 minute to go, and this is a shout out to Elaine, Resurrection Chavez from Yuma, Mr. Jasper Pamilaran from Peoria, and John
Philippines.
Saavedra,
Yes,
Philippines.
from Glendale.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Yes.
And John, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank
This
you.
is
Thank you
so
for inviting us,
wonderful.
Ate.
Thank you.
And for
Yes.
covering educators in America for this
Yes.
episode. Thank you so much.
This is so from all of us here at Buhay Buhay sa Amerika at Entre Mujeres Radio, we say mabuhay, God bless you all, and see you again soon.
Bye.
was Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. Join us again next time at entremujeresradio.net. Hanggang sa muli, mabuhay!